Hey everybody, how you going? It's Andrew from Flight Sim AU, and we're back. This is the third in a series of three World War II tours. If you were with us before, we've done Normandy, where we took the Spitfire, the Flying Irons model Spitfire, over to Normandy, and the second one we were in. Where were we? It was only yesterday, and we were over the dam busters. We were looking at the different dams on the dam busters, and today we're going to have a little look at Operation Market Garden. So before we even start flying, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what Operation Market Garden was trying to achieve, what it was, and how in the end it didn't actually pay off, which is the Allies' big push towards Germany, and they needed to capture 3 bridges on the way. I'm going to show you a little map, so I've got some very cool. Let's have a look if this is actually working for you. Here you go, so you can see the map. So basically, if you have a little look with me a second, we'll start flying over Eindhoven in a second, so you can just see. The idea was, and Montgomery had the idea that basically a spearhead almost into Germany through Holland, in a way bypassing the fortifications, which is obviously what the Germans had done in World War I and World War II to different levels of success, and the Allies were going to push their way through. There's a couple of problems with the actual planning, because so many things just went wrong, from the weather to the radios to the drop zones, everything. And we're going to fly over some of them and have a little look at some of the locations. I'm not a World War II expert, I'm just really interested in it, so I do a little bit of research, and really this is just showing you the locations. There's so many YouTube clips you can go to actually have a little look. And so we're going to start off in Belgium, and we're going to cross into the Netherlands and go to Eindhoven. And then while we're heading around Eindhoven, I'm going to talk a little bit about what was happening at that time, the units involved, and what was taking place. So listen, if you do like the stream and it's a little bit different, and you want to give us a like or a thumbs up, anything that you can help me out with was brilliant. I'm trying to get to 100 followers, 15 days to go, and I've got 60, so I need 40 more. So likes and thumbs up, really, they don't cost you anything, and they're just really, really helpful. Wow, I've got 12 viewers already. That's pretty cool. Alright, so let's go. So I will remove the plan, and then I might put it back up again in a second when I'm talking to you. So I'm hoping that we'll drop straight into the Spitfire. Here we go. So this is Holland, and we're on our way to Eindhoven. Now if you have Google Maps, you could probably follow along, but I've got my own little map. So right on the southwestern edge of Eindhoven here, and the reason I've started in Eindhoven, I'm sort of doing this a little bit backwards, because the first airborne troops of the 1st Airborne, the British airborne troops, would have landed in Arnhem, some 60 miles north of here, but I want to start here in Eindhoven because this is pretty much where so Operation Market Garden consisted of 2 parts: the market and the gardens. The market being the airborne element, and the garden being the ground troops. So what happened was, and the idea was, that they were going to drop the airborne troops ahead of the armour, ahead of the ground troops, and then along the way the airborne troops would grab the bridges, allowing the armour and the ground troops to roll up behind them all the way from Eindhoven, all the way through to Nijmegen, and then finally onto Arnhem. It didn't actually work out that way, and you'll see why in a second. A lot of things didn't happen that should have happened through either luck or bad management. So we're going to start here in Eindhoven, and this is where 30th Corps, Horrocks 30th Corps, the armour division, the armour group, would have started. And the problem that they had is, when the airborne troops had landed, say at Arnhem, the first British Airborne landed at Arnhem, the race was on to get to them in time. But the crazy thing that they started, the crazy thing they did, was they actually had one road, and which I'm going to show you in a second as I'm circling around. There was one road from Eindhoven all the way to past Nijmegen and up into Arnhem, and that one road, not like you see it now, is like full of like highways and stuff, was literally one road. So 30th Corps had to get all the way to Arnhem, fighting their way through enemy territory. So on either sides of the road, all the way along, they could have got ambushed by Germans. Now what During the reconnaissance flights, and there were some reconnaissance flights in the Spitfires, like you can see that I'm flying today, some of the reconnaissance flights picked up the fact that there were actually Panzers, Tiger tanks in the area, and the Dutch resistance passed this information on, and the planners decided that they were going to ignore it, thinking that they were low-level troops or that they weren't operational, and that was probably the biggest cock-up of the whole thing, because nobody wants to face airborne troops against Tiger tanks. And pretty much, well, I'll talk to you about that in a second. Alright, so this is where 30th Corps on day would have pushed up from Eindhoven and out. Now the road that we follow, as I think is this one, you'll see it in a second, and it cuts across the other side. So we're going to head up to Arnhem via Nijmegen, and then we're going to have a look at some of the bridges. So as we get there, I'm going to add up some graphics. So I've done some homework, and I'm going to add up some graphics as we go along. Wow, thank you very much. Listen, if you guys are here, please give me a thumbs up, and it's great if you've got any questions, or if you want to just say that you're in the stream, it's much appreciated. So please don't lurk in the background. Please say hi and hello, tell me where you're from while we're heading up. Okay, so we're going to start heading north. So I'm heading north now, out of Eindhoven, and we're flying in a Mark 9 Spitfire. Now I started the stream basically in the air, because the last couple of streams were just horrendous because I couldn't even get the damn thing started. So I've started in the air. I feel like I've cheated a little bit, but yeah, I've started in the air just to make it a little bit easier. Alright, so if the sound is out of whack, please let me know. Alright, we are going to find the road that 30th Corps would have taken. Thank you so much for the like, Malcolm. I really appreciate that. Likes and follows, very much appreciated. Okay, so there's multiple things happening here. I'm trying to read the comments, do the stream, fly the airplane, and talk to you about the history side of stuff. Alright, and what I'm actually trying to do is find the road, which I think is below me. There it is. Okay, so this is the road, and as you can see, as time's gone by, we're looking at 70 years now, plus, the road has changed. But imagine the entire 30th Corps, and we'll do the entire route, so you can see how far it was, all going up this road, all in enemy territory, with basically the Germans on either side of them, and the fact that there was Panzer tanks and Panzer reserve troops and all sorts of people here. So we're pretty much in enemy territory. So while this is all happening, the 1st Airborne have been dropped at Arnhem. Now the planners, they were like, you know what, we can't really drop in Arnhem, close to Arnhem, because the fact is there's going to be a hell of a lot of flak. And so what they decided to do, 1st British Airborne, they had to actually drop, their drop zone was to the west, 6 miles from Arnhem Bridge, which was the main objective for the 1st Airborne. And so they were 6 miles out to start with, so they've got all that distance to go, and we'll talk about what happened to those guys in a second. So we're just coming up, so you can see the road here, and now it looks like a dual carriageway, but at the time I don't think it was. There were some points in it that the tanks, when they started to roll, were almost line abreast. So German 88s just could take out the lead tank, and then basically just shot the tracks off, blew the top of it off, and that would have to be then waited while that tank was rolled away until the other tanks could go past. So the whole thing took forever. Now the British forces up at Arnhem, they fought their way eventually, fought their way into the actual town, and when they got to the 1st bridge, it was blown, the railway bridge, which I'll show you, that was blown. And then Frost's 1st, I think it was, the 2nd battalion, they actually got to division. They got to the actual Arnhem Bridge, and they were told to hold the bridge for 24 hours, while of course the Garden element rolled its way all the way through Nijmegen and up to Arnhem. That didn't happen. Those guys were in there for 5 days. So they were supposed to hold for 24 hours, and they were there for 5 days, and all of that time they were facing tanks, the SS, you name it. It was pretty crazy. So we'll see what happens. So this is how long. So you know, we're pretty much just leaving Eindhoven. So you can see it behind me. So there's a hell of a long way. I think that's 60 miles. And part of me just thinks, what a crazy idea to even attempt it. It just seems absolutely bonkers. And so many things could have gone wrong, and they did go wrong. The radios, for a start, if you know anything about Holland, it's very wet. A lot of it's water, very damp, and so the radios, which were designed for Africa, didn't work when they dropped. The parachute was dropped, and the radios were shot. Basically, just didn't work at all. So nobody could talk to anybody. So first, second, third, and eventually fourth parachute, they couldn't even talk to each other. So they got completely split up. And Major Urquhart, he was in charge of the paratroopers, and basically he just got completely lost. And he had to spend an entire day in a farmhouse. And I'll show you where that was as we get a bit closer. Alright, so if you've got any questions while I'm flying, please in the chat let me know. We are heading up towards, basically this is towards Grosbeek, and we're on our way to the first port of call. I think we're going to look at a couple of bridges. So as this was happening, of course it wasn't just the British, there were the Americans. So they had the 82nd and the 101st Airborne, and the 101st Screaming Eagles. They were dropped to try and take the Son and the Best Bridge, which I'm going to show you in a second. And their success was pretty limited. I'm just trying to find on the map. Give me a second. I'm just going to hold this a sec. I hope it doesn't crash. If you see it nose diving towards the floor, let me know. I'll set the trim up. Okay. So we're going to try and find out. So I'm going to show you on the map where we were going. If we go straight up, that's where I'm going. Okay, let's head to Nijmegen. Alright, so I'm not far off now. So, to my left, there are two other bridges, which the 101st were trying to capture. That was Son and Best. Both those bridges were blown. So that meant that when 30 Corps was coming up behind, they had to get those bridges fixed using Bailey bridges. So that cost more time. And at this point, the 82nd are now in Nijmegen, which is where we're heading to now. And they're trying to capture their bridge. So imagine the guys at Arnhem, the 1st British, are still there fighting off God knows what. You've got 30th Corps rolling down one lane of traffic, all of them. You've got the 101st that are dropped on the western flank, and they're basically, both of their bridges are gone, and so 30th Corps can't get past that because they've got to actually then have those bridges rebuilt, and that took a long time. So all of this time, the 82nd are now up here in Nijmegen. So we're going to head. Let's go north. We're heading north, and we're going to go into Nijmegen itself, and I'll show you the bridges. So they actually captured the Nijmegen bridge intact, which was pretty good of them. Here it is. You can just see it on the left-hand side there. So this bridge was captured intact by the 82nd. Problem was, the Germans had actually discovered a crashed glider back at the Somme with the 101st. One of their gliders had crashed, and inside it were all the plans. Like literally every single movement of every single unit. And the Germans were like, thank you very much, we'll have that. So they knew exactly where they were going to be. They knew exactly where the drop zones were. And from that moment on, it was pretty much just doomed. So unbeknownst to the 82nd, who are up here in Nijmegen, and this is Nijmegen here, and I'm going to put the flaps on and slow down for you because we're actually arriving in Nijmegen. Here's the bridge, and you can just see it here as we're coming up. I'll come down a bit lower and slower. Alright, so if you're still with me, thank you very much. If you're listening to the stream, I much appreciated it. It's a little bit different, there's a little bit of hopefully history. So we're here at the Nijmegen Bridge, and you imagine the drop zone for the 82nd wasn't so far away, so I'm pointing at it now, and they had to capture this bridge, and they captured the south side of it. Yeah, no, this is Holland. So Divan, thank you. We're in Holland, and we're just looking at the Nijmegen Bridge. So yeah, the hope was that we could catch these bridges. push on through and end the war by Christmas, but sadly it didn't happen. So this is the Nijmegen Bridge. Now, the 82nd got as far as the town, and where I am now, the Germans were reinforced on the other bank, and they pushed really hard back into Nijmegen, pushing the 82nd back out again. So you can see that they held it for a little bit, and then they couldn't do anything because the Germans were so strong and they had a lot of artillery and were just pushing them back. It's a nice little, whatever that, little fairground there. Okay, so, yep, so this would have been, hey Cheeseburger, how you going, my friend? Nice to see you. We are in Holland and we're looking at the bridges for the Operation Market Garden. Alright, so the 82nd have dropped, they're here. Okay, we're going to move on to Arnhem and check out what's happening over there. So imagine behind us still 30th Corps, still fighting their way up one road of traffic. They're at the Somme Bridge and they're trying to bring across. They were waiting for boats, Bailey bridges and boats, and that was holding them off. All the time up here in Arnhem, the British airborne troops are just getting smashed. Yeah, I got the D-Day stripes on, my friends. Yeah, thank you. Those are the stripes that you can see underneath the plane on top of it. They're actually D-Day stripes, and only during D-Day they recognise our own aircraft by putting those black and white stripes on them. Yeah, good memory. So you were listening. That's good. All right. Listen, if you are here, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and anything you can do. A follow would be great. We're on our way up to Arnhem to check out the bridges there. So if you've just joined, we're just talking about the fact that the Operation Market Garden there was quite a few bridges that needed to be captured, but the three main ones were the Eindhoven, Nijmegen, and the one here up at Arnhem. So all of this is happening. So September 17th, 1944, when Allied command thought the Germans were pretty much on their knees, and as anybody knows, that wasn't the case. So let me put the flaps back down again. All right, I'm going to check the map because I don't want to miss Arnhem. So this is if you've joined us from the beginning of the stream, you get an idea of how far away they were actually coming. Like 60 miles. That was a long old way for them to be coming through, and on all the way up here they would have been hammered from each side by Germans because we were in German territory. And you've got to feel for the Dutch people, right? Because as they went through these towns and they liberated these towns, the scenes were just amazing. They were just absolutely going delirious because of the fact that they'd actually been liberated, and then they had to pull back. It must have been soul destroying. And then the Germans recaptured the towns and they just wreaked havoc on the inhabitants. So it must have been pretty devastating for the locals to be, to have it all taken away for them. All right, any questions? You know a lot about the Spitfire cheeseburger? What can you tell me? Okay, so we finally made it up to Arnhem, and Arnhem was the prize. This is the big one, so they can catch Arnhem. So I'm actually going to show you the bridge, and then I'm going to show you where the drop zone was. So like I said to you before, they didn't drop here because the Allied planners assumed that there was going to be too much flak, and there was a crazy amount of damage to their aircraft, and they couldn't afford them, which seems utterly insane. So here's the bridge, right? So this is Arnhem Bridge, and I'm going to come back to here because this is pretty important. And I'm just going to bank left, and I'm going to show you where the drop zone was, which just seems to me crazy. So that bridge there was the railway bridge. That's the secondary objective. Arnhem Bridge was the main objective. So this is Oosterbeek as well. You can just see it over there, and incredibly the drop zones are here. So first British airborne dropped here and had to fight their way back in to Arnhem. Crazy here. This is the drop zone. So let's just go back and show you how far. On foot, and it was decided that they didn't need anti-tank weapons. And unbeknownst to them, there was 9th and 10th Panzer divisions here, or coming here on their way. So this is the entire journey. They would have had to come all this way back in, fighting all the way in, and fought their way. Now, I think it was Frost's second group that got to here, to this bridge, and it was blown by the Germans. So they pressed on to Arnhem Bridge here, and this building right by the can you see that building right by the bridge on the north side of the bridge? There's a little tiny building I'll go back again. There's a little tiny building just below the bridge, and that's where the British Frost headquarters was. I'll go back down again so you can see it. I'll put the flaps down so you can slow down. Okay, see the little building just on my wingtip now? Okay, that is where they held off the Germans for 5 days, till eventually they were only holding 10 buildings in the whole town. And like I said, they were expected to hold it for 24 hours, waiting for their 30th Corps to come through, and they were there for 5 days. So on the 5th day, when they'd literally run out of ammunition, and the Germans had pretty much taken they'd just pretty much taken the town. The other first and second and fourth at that point couldn't get to them, and they decided that it wasn't going to happen. So they had to retreat back over the river, and by that point, the second had been wiped out or captured, and the Germans had retaken it. On the third day, on the second day, there was meant to be a Polish airdrop, and it was postponed by the weather was really bad, so they couldn't come. And when they finally arrived, they dropped here. I don't know if you can see this stretch. They were dropped here. That's where the plane is now. They dropped the Polish half the group that was meant to come, and they got annihilated. So they were waiting for them, and they landed in what's called a hot landing zone. So the Poles got decimated, and eventually, I think there's about 60 of them managed to fight their way over the river and joined up with what was left of the 1st Airborne in Oosterbeek or this way, and then that's when they all sort of eventually just decided it wasn't going to happen. At this point, on the 5th day, 30th Corps had managed to fight their way almost to here, but were just pushed back. And like the famous saying says, it was a bridge too far, right? And I don't know. And if you listen to Montgomery afterwards, he was now, they think Montgomery was on the autistic spectrum. Not a very likable chap, which is quite a divisive viewpoint, but he wasn't very nice, I don't think. He was a bit of a plum. And he said, like, well, no, I never lost the battle. We never lost. And it was like, well, we did. So ultimately, they dropped 10,000 men here at Arnhem, and 1,700 came out. The rest were either killed or taken prisoner. And like the story says, it was a bridge too far, and this is the one they just couldn't hang on to. They just couldn't get there in time. So many things went wrong. And yeah, there you go. That, my friends, is Operation Market Garden. And this is the final prize. I'm going to head back to Eindhoven on the way back. So if you've got any questions and you'd like to know, let me know. Thank you, Divan. I really appreciate that. Are you Dutch by any chance? That sounds like a very Dutch name. I appreciate the like. We're leaving Arnhem and we're going to head back. I'm going to try and find the Son bridges. Those are the ones that the 101st had to hold. Okay, I know where it is. I'm heading this way now. Alright, so we're going back over Nijmegen. They had a hell of a time here, the 82nd, because they were pushed out of the town and then took it back again, and then that was one of the stumbling blocks. The whole thing, it was basically like, how do you explain it? Like a rolling carpet. South African. Oh, of course, yeah, sorry. Well, thank you for coming to the stream. Much appreciated. I hope you're enjoying it. So yeah, the whole concept of it was like a rolling carpet, and if one part of the chain just fell apart, then it was almost impossible for the rest of it to happen. Yeah, this is a Spitfire. This is the Mark 9 Spitfire. And I think there were 14 different variants throughout the war of the Spitfire, and they just got progressively better and better and better. But this is the Mark 9, which I think a lot of people say is probably one of the best. I got my flaps down. I can show you inside if you want to have a little look at the cockpit. Yeah, we can definitely do a South African tour, my friend. Anybody that follows the stream, they get to choose. What was that? What is that? What are you asking me about? Its engine can do storm maneuvers, so the engine can get a fuel engine. That is very true. They did. They changed it in later models. They changed it. It couldn't go inverted because the fuel, the Messerschmitt, you're right, had a little bauble in the engine that basically stopped the fuel from stopping it. It kept it going in the engine, whereas the Spitfire didn't. So in certain situations, yeah, it would seize up. I did. Yeah, you're right. But I still think it's a touch and go as to whether this is a better plane. Near the end of the war, I think early on in the war there was nothing that could touch the Messerschmitt, but near the end I think the Spitfire was, yeah. But I'll tell you what, this one's it's a pig to land and to take off. It really is. All right, let's have a look. I keep losing. Here we go. I'm going to go down to this. There's a bridge here called Grave, which was a really important bridge as well. So I'm going to take you to that bridge as well, the Grave Bridge, and then we'll see if we can find Son and Best. Go to Plainsburg View, Sun City. Yeah, okay. All right, we can have a little look after I finish this one. Why not? Yeah, but if you follow the stream on Facebook, if you give it a follow, then yeah, you can definitely start suggesting things. I'm only doing it for followers at the moment because I need to get those followers up. Alright, let's go down a bit lower. Okay, we're in business. Beautiful countryside, I have to say. Let's go a bit lower. I don't go too low because this thing doesn't like the ground. Yeah, where were you yesterday? We did the Dam Busters. That was yesterday's stream. Go back and have a little check through if you want to have a look through the Twitch streams. We did the Dam Busters yesterday, and we went to have a look at all of the dams. Yep. Okay, let's have a look. This is I think we're getting to the Grave Bridge. This is the 82nd as well. So the 82nd had to take this bridge. Yeah, we did the Dam Busters. You like scenery flights? That's cool. Alright, so let's have a look. I'm pretty much over it. Is this it? I think this is it. I think that's the Grave Bridge. There you go. So this is one of the key ones that the 82nd would have taken. It's just such... No, you're not too late. You can still catch all of the streams. If you've missed the other two, we did Normandy, and that was the first one, and we did the Dam Busters yesterday. And it was pretty cool because we had a guy in there that knew what he was talking about, and he showed us where they... So once we'd gone and done the dams, the Sorba, the Myrna, and the Ada, we went to the UK and looked at where they were practicing. Yeah, have a little look. It was pretty good. I'm not allowed to say that. But yeah, that was the Grave Bridge. So the 82nd. So the Grave Bridge is on the eastern flank. So the western flank was the 101st. The eastern flank was the 82nd. Let's go and have a look at what they were trying to do over the 101st. The Screaming Eagles. You ever seen Band of Brothers? That's the 101st. Okay. Normandy landings. Yeah, I did the Normandy landings. That was the first one. Now, why can I not find the Son and the Best Bridge? Have I gone too far out? I'm just turning at the moment. Yeah, I'm not sure where they are. Anyway, they were both blown up. So both of those bridges were blown up, and that's what caused the delay to 30th Corps. They had to bring in the big bridge building equipment. Okay, so any questions about what you've seen or where we've been, or I can try and help you if you have any questions. I did a bit of research. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I'm just really interested in the war stuff. So we're heading back to Eindhoven now. I feel like if this was a recon mission, I've missed the Somme bridges. The problem is that there's no search engine, so you're sort of flying and navigating. Dunkirk, you know what? That's going to be the next one. Dunkirk is going to be the next one we're going to do. And a lot of people were really... whoopla, here we go. What's going on here? Oh, this simulator. It looks like it's about to crash. Come on, you can do it. Come on, keep coming, keep coming. Alright, I don't know what that was all about. Didn't like that. Maybe didn't like me talking about Dunkirk. Yeah, so we're going to do Dunkirk. And we're going to talk about the role of the RAF at Dunkirk as well, because a lot of they got a lot of stick, the RAF, and people were saying, "Oh, where were you? You know, you weren't even here. Why weren't you helping?" And they were, but they were much further inland, and what they were doing was stopping the bombers and the Stukas from coming onto the beaches. So they were doing a lot of work, but behind the scenes, and a lot of RAF pilots were killed. If you look at some maps, I'll bring some maps up later on. Yeah, a lot of pilots were killed, but they got a lot of stick, and a lot of the angry sailors and soldiers, when they came back, were like, "Hey, where were you?" Blah blah blah. And they weren't very happy. So we will do Dunkirk. Yep, I'm gonna. Do you know what? It's stalled again. All right, it's stalled. It does this round about this time in the sim. It does this. I'm going to have to crash land this. I've lost all power. Oh my god. Right, strap on your seatbelts, boys and girls, because I'm going to have to crash land this. Oh my god, thank god it's a flat. I've got no power. Okay, I'm going to find it flat. Alright, hang on. This is just a massive glider now. I wonder why it does that. I'm going to try and start the engines back up. Nope, we've just lost everything. Alright, hang on. Come on, kick in, you little shyster. Oh, come on, 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 touchdown. Oh. I don't know what else I could have done there. I don't know why it does that. It's almost like it runs out of fuel. So annoying. Alright, let's go to the main menu. I always seem to get to the end of the flight, and then after half an hour, can't be fuel. Let me have a little look. I'm just going to try something. Let's go from. I'm doing a Battle of Britain one as well. Yeah, flaps. I don't know. I had no power, so if I'd put the flaps on, I'd have stalled it a bit earlier. So I was trying to keep the speed up. Let's go to Biggin Hill. Biggin Hill was one of the RAF's main bases during the Battle of Britain. So there's two more left. We're going to do Dunkirk, and we're going to do the Battle of Britain. I went too fast. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. So we're going to keep this Spitfire. Let's have a look at the different liveries. I quite like the blue one, but let's get the one with the shark's mouth on it. RGV, I don't even know what that means. Let's go from Biggin Hill. Where else should we go? Let's do a little flight. Let's go Biggin Hill, Kenley. That's not far, is it? How long's that? Oops, sorry. Biggin Hill. Set as the departure. Set as the arrival. 2 minutes, that's not very far, is it? I don't want to go to Gatwick. What about going to Brooker? Brooker's my favourite. I love Brooker. Alright, let's do this. Biggin Hill to Brooker in the Spitfire. Let's go in the evening when it's nice, and let's go at sunset. What do you reckon? Okay, so a bit of history behind Biggin Hill, because it's yeah, one of the main airfields. The Battle of Britain one will be really interesting, I think, because what we're going to do for the Battle of Britain one is that we're going to get lots of other Spitfire pilots to join us, so it'll be like a big old stream. So that'll be good. Alright, let's just shut this one down. Thank you for the likes, guys. Much appreciated. Went too fast. Yeah, it's tough though when you've got no power. I was trying to keep the speed up. But yeah, I think as soon as you don't land on concrete or tarmac or a runway, the gears just buckle underneath. Alright, let's see where we went. So we've been to Holland. We went to see the bridges. Now we're back in the UK and we're going to P35. Yeah, no, it's not available at the moment. There's no P35. That would be good. There's a lot of stuff coming actually. There's a lot of planes that are in the works. The Spitfire only came out on Friday, so there's going to be a couple of versions of that as well. Oh, this thing takes so long to load. Oh, I tell you what I have got. I've just added that mod in. It's a mod for boats and things. Oh, I might go along to that. I might go down the coast and have a look and see if the boat mod is working. Little things, isn't it? Little things that keep you going. Alright, let's go and see some boats then. We'll leave Biggin Hill and we'll head for the coast. See if there's any boats. Well, I've got a horrible feeling. It's really weird. This simulator is just like not feeling the love today. Look how slow it is. They really need to get the... a lot of stuff needs to be fixed with this. It's one of those, I've got a love-hate relationship with it. I love it because it's just so much fun to fly, but I hate the fact that there's just so many things that are wrong with it. It's just so bad. Crashes to desktop, you name it. Planes just randomly falling out of the sky. It's all a bit weird. Alright, what do we got here? I think it might have crashed. I don't think it wants to go. Like I said, a bit of a... Oh no! Oh, a little bit of a spurt on there. Here we go. That's pretty good. Who's still with me? Anybody still with me? If you're still with me, thank you. It can't be much interesting looking at a boring old loading screen. I did get a second monitor though. That's pretty cool. And now I can actually see when people are talking to me in real time, as opposed to having to wait like 15 seconds. It's a really... Ooh, here we go. We're ready. Okay, this is Biggin Hill. Alright, here we go. We're ready to fly. Check out the shark's mouth. Ooh, this is the grey goose. What do you reckon to that? I'm not sure how many times or where this one flew, but even if it's an RAF, I don't know what is the emblem there. The white. If anybody knows what the blue and white dot is. Cheeseburger's still here. Thank you, my friends. You didn't leave me in my hour of need. All right, let's go. Let's go. We're going to go down the coast. We'll take off from Biggin Hill, and we're going to head south. 110 knots is the takeoff speed of this thing. It's not very realistic because in the real plane you'd need to do full right rudder for it not to... Come on, man, what's going on here? It's really not loving the sim today. Okay, let's get up and about. Where's the coast? There's the coast. We're just going to head directly south. Show you on a map, right? That's north. Oh, that was one of those optical illusions. Let's flip this round. See if we can find the coast. Alright, here we go. Through the haze, over the hills, and heading south. Let's... Nice view of the airport. How far from the coast are we? Ah, not far. Alright, that won't take long. So we're going to go see if we can see some boats. I've just bought, it was about 1 gigabyte worth of download. Oh, I can see the sea. Let's go up a bit. I can see the sea. So this thing, it's not. I'm going to be totally. I'll be totally honest with you. I mean, I've never flown a real Spitfire, but this is not anything close to the other simulator Spitfires I've flown. This seems really, really, I don't know, too easy. There's a lot of things that don't work on it. There's a lot of things that they've just sort of stripped bare because, I don't know. I don't want to say it. Is Microsoft Flight Simulator less of a simulator than, say, X-Plane or something? Don't know. I'll tell you what I have got though, which is pretty cool. The blue and white night. It's night flying. Oh, is that right? Is that what this is? No, what, a night fighter? The blue and white. Ah, you've taught me something. Look at that. On the back of it, there's like a ace of spades or something. Look. You could be my Wikipedia chap. The blue and white is night flying. Ah, I did not know that. I didn't even think they did go night flying, but wow. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, night fighter. That makes it even cooler, doesn't it? The grey goose. It's got some cool views actually, but it's hard to get into them. So let me just show you with the camera. So I got a showcase, fixed camera. Can I just move that out of the way? It's so annoying. I think my favourite is external 4, where you just see underneath. I'm going to keep that one. You get a nice view of the English countryside as we head off to the beach. We're going to the beach to see if there's any boats. It seems I've just introduced 1 gigabyte's worth of mod that's supposed to bring boats into the actual game. Yeah, well, so Cheeseburger says this is the night fighting variant, which would make sense, right? Because, hang on, how do I get back out of here? Because it's got like the black ace of spades. Yeah, interesting. Used to kill German bombers at night. Alright, I could do with you every stream, my friend. I did not know that. I'm taking your word for it. I mean, you could just be making it up. But if you're not, then much appreciated. Why is it called the Grey Nurse? See if you can find out why the spade is called the Grey Nurse. I love that livery. Look at the mouth of the shark's mouth. Such a beautiful plane. Just showing off. It does do. Look at the sea. I can see the sea. All right, we're nearly at the beach. Bring your togs. Put your togs on. I brought mine in the back. So if you've got your togs, now's the time to start putting them on. I bet it's cold, right? You mean just random name, Grey Goose, Grey Nurse? Nah, it must have been there must be a reason for it. And I wonder what that little thing there is on the. Just underneath the wing, there's like a little sensor. I wonder what that's for. Alright, I'm happy to be going to the beach. I'm going to do loop-the-loop. No problem. Feel sick? I've got 7 viewers. Hello guys. Say hello in the chat. We're just on our way to the beach. We've just been to, in fact, we've just come back from Holland, where we did a tour of of Operation Market Garden, tour of the bridges. Yesterday we were at the dams for the dam busters, and the day before that we did the Normandy landings, D-Day. So please go back through the Twitch streams or YouTube or Facebook, and if you follow us on Facebook, you can go back and see all of those streams. Yeah, it was really good, because I tell you what I love about it is that you always get someone in the chat that always adds to the conversation. So it's always good when people are chipping in, and I like it that way. I think that's the biggest plus to streaming, is when other people start taking part as well. So we're on our way to the beach to see if we can find these famous boats that are basically an add-on. Where are we in the real world? I've got this little map so we can have a little look. Here you go, look. Tells you how fast we're going, tells you everything. We are Chidlingley, Hailsham. Okay, so it's only showing us the main places, so we're at Hailsham. Let's do the thing on the wing. Oh yeah, is that what it is? Vertical airspeed. Okay. Look at you, my little fair play to you, mate. You need to come to every stream and be my technical advisor. Alright, so as we head towards Eastbourne, I always imagine like this is the route they would have taken from Biggin Hill out over the sea to intercept any Germans coming in. But I'm guessing they would have been about 20,000 feet. Let's see if we can get up to 20,000 feet without stalling it. Again, not very realistic, I have to say, but let's try it. What are we at now? We're at 5,000. The airspeed bleeding off at 120. Let's see how high. Let's see how high this will go. Actually, don't know what the. See if you can. Hey, Cheeseburger. See if you can find out what their maximum altitude is for a Spitfire. Doing 140. We're at 6. Oh, we're above the clouds now. It is a beautiful simulator. Look at that. Up above the clouds. Pretty special. I feel quite safe doing becoming inverted at this height. Oh, it wants to flip back over. On view. Okay, let's go back up again. Let me get the speed up. God blimey, climbing to altitude takes forever. What are we now? 8,000. So I'm watching the little sensor right in the middle that shows you your 34,000. Okay. What are we at now? 10,000. I don't think this is going to be realistic enough to get us up there. Let's level out for a little bit and get the speed back up again. Okay, this is pretty high, right? Look, this is... What is this? This is 11,000. 34,000, Jesus. I wonder if I... Oh, I've got a little warning light. Do not take off if this light is on. Well, no chance of worrying about that, is there? Well, that little light says supercharger. Hang on, what does that say? Zoom in. FS gear warning. Do not... maybe we're just too high for the gear to come down. What do you reckon this little button does? I'm going to push it anyway. Alright, let's go back up again. Alright, so we're at 13. Keep going. 15,000. No, I don't think this thing's going to go to 34,000 feet. Whoa, we're stalling already. Alright, so we're at 15,000 feet, and that seems really high. 15,000. Let's keep going then. Yeah, the airspeed just bleeding off here. Okay, we're at 15,000 and I can't seem to get any higher. Uh-oh. It's done it again. The engine's just crapped out. Oh no. What? Why has it done that? Oh no. You hear that? Oh my god. Okay. Big glider time. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh god, this is not good. I'm desperately gonna try. Come on, you pig. Yes! Did you see that? What a legend. Back in the saddle. Right, boats. I can see boats. This is what we came for. I want to see if there's any boats. don't think that's a huge amount of boats, is it? This is one out to sea. I'm going to practice bombing it. Let's go on a little strafing run. Okay. We're going to do a little strafing run of this. A mock strafing run. What is it, like a tanker? God, that can't be 1 gigabytes worth of mod, surely, can it? One tanker? I can't see anything else out there. Be interesting to get close. Oh no, there's another one. Oh, maybe they have done stuff. I'm not sure whether they're static or whether these things are actually moving. I don't think this one's doing anything. Look at this, I could have just put a hole right in that. Smack dab in the middle. Come on. Cargo ship. What's he carrying? UCG. Ah, so they have done. They have modelled some. Oh my god, I've totally got disorientated then. UCG. Cargo ship. Oh, alright. Where should we go? We're on the English coast. What about the White Cliffs of Dover? Let's go and have a look at that. That's pretty, how far away is that from here? Not far. Okay, Dover. What I'm going to do is I have got a special little teleport thing. Let's drop into Folkestone. Uh-oh. It's probably going to cause this thing to crash. No, it didn't like that, did it? That was a silly thing to do. Wait, hang on. Maybe, just maybe, it's not going to crash. Alright, we're in business and we're in Folkestone. Okay, so we're going to take the Spitfire. You can't get anything more British and iconic than this, right? So we're going to take the Spitfire across to Dover and check out the White Cliffs of Dover, and then I'm going to try landing it, and then that, my friends, is the end of the stream. So we've done the serious part, and now we're going to try and land it. Ooh, I wonder if we can make it look like it's Folkestone. Okay, let's see if we can. What it looks like in the evening, just as. Alright, here we go then. So we're going to do the White Cliffs of Dover on a beautiful summer's evening, if the simulator is not going to crash. And it looks like it's about to. Oh, who's this? Matt Brith, thank you so much for the stream, for the like. There'll be bloopers all over. I'll tell you what, there'll be nothing all over it in a minute. Come on, I know you want to keep working. Scoobs G, thank you, my friend. How are you going? We're about to hit the White... Well, I don't want to say hit the White Cliffs of Dover because that would be awful. We're going to visit. How's that? We're going to visit the White Cliffs of Dover. And, look, here are these boats I was telling you about. So they've got this mod on there. What was all going off? Scoobs, thank you. The mod that I've put in there, so it was, I think it was just released a couple of days ago, is about 1 gigabyte's worth of different boats. That doesn't look very white to me, but I don't think... Doing good, bud. Chilling today. Okay, you're taking a day off. Sweet. You get to watch everybody else sweating. Look at that. I'm even getting a little notification as to where we're going. Alright, so I don't know what this is going to look like. I've got a horrible feeling it's going to be horribly rendered and look absolutely awful. Because I guess, right, it's not a driving simulator. It's a flight simulator. You're probably not supposed to be under 500 feet. So, who knows? But this is part of the new expansion. The new, what do you call it? Update. It's supposed to have done this. So, fingers crossed as we go over. We'll go and have a little look. And see. Alright, probably That looks like a ferry. Let's go and have a look. Is it a ferry? So they actually, it does, it works. So they have put these boats in, they do look different. Because the bog standard ones are a bit crap. Oh, hang on, I got distracted. I think I've just gone past the White Cliffs of Dover. That's got to be a ferry. Yeah! DP. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm liking that. Alright, let's check out the White Cliffs of Dover, which are looking a little bit green. Nah, come on. That can't. Oh wait, it's changing before our very eyes. I think it's actually downloading. Good old Bing graphics. That's pretty white. Wait, that's the end. Hang on a second. Ugh. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go back around again. It's a beautiful evening here in the UK. Alright, flaps down. Let's slow down a little bit. That clanking sound always makes you feel nervous, like something just fell off. Come on, you can do quicker than this. I'm guessing it is white. Surely that can't be right, is it? What a load of rubbish. Oh, whoa! Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's what I was expecting. Alright, White Cliffs, yes. How iconic is that? Sorry about that, everybody. I should have probably preloaded that. The White Cliffs of Dover and a Spitfire. Very, very sweet. So if you were here earlier, what have we done? We went to Holland, we looked at Operation Market Garden. That was pretty interesting. And now we're back in Blighty, flying over the White Cliffs of Dover. Now I think they're fully loaded in now, so it just basically had to overwrite the bit. What's that? The concrete works or something? Just added the clip. Yeah, why download them every time we fly? It's ridiculous, isn't it? It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm going to probably just crash here, but I'm bringing the throttle back down. Ooh, nicely done, me. Alright, let's just take one more pass. Yeah, I don't know why that's just not in there. That shouldn't have to be downloaded every single time. How crazy is that? Alright, what else is around here that we can see? I've got points of interest switched on. I was expecting more boats, but I don't know. I tell you what, the flaps are not very realistic on this. Right, having said that, I've never flown a Spitfire, so I might be talking out my arse. But I would assume that it shouldn't slow it down like that. It's crazy. And now the boats are here in force, look. I can't work out if these guys are actually moving or if they're static. Oh, how cool is that? Look, there's loads of them out there. Let's go and check it out. These are pretty well modelled, I have to say. This is a free download too. It's 1 gigabyte of little planes. What's that on the end of that? Yep. Oh, there's a view for you. Have a word. I can hear Vera Lynn. Oh no, that was not Vera Lynn. Who was that? That was just somebody just like getting their nuts trapped in a door. Ooh, we'll meet again. I want to murder that song. That's awful. Alright, I'm going to give a little wiggle of the wave of the wings for the White Cliffs of Dover. Let's have a look. What else do you want to go and see? I'm liking this, right? Because this allows me just to zoom around the map. What about London? Let's fly up the Thames. Oh, that might not have been another good idea. Oh, that wasn't too bad actually. Oh, now there's loads of different boats here. Look, it was Vera Lynn. Did you like my rendition? Oh, this is going to make me feel homesick. Oh, are those boats sunk? All right, we're in London in the evening. Oh, this is going to make me feel homesick. That one's sunk. Both of these two have hit a rock or something. Fly over your house. Whereabouts do you live? I'll fly over your house for you. Why not? All right, let's do it. Whereabouts do you live in London? You actually live in London? Is that where you are at the moment? I'll fly over your house for you, my friend. I've basically got 5 viewers, so anybody, all of you can shout out where you want to go, and we'll just go there. All right. This is got. Oh, I know where we'll go after this, and it's stunning. What's it called? It's in Scotland. I'll find it. It looks. Oh my god! Of all of the places, Southeast London. Southeast London. We from Croydon, Sam. Croydon, Lewisham. Oh my god! I used to teach in Lewisham. Blimey, mate. Now you're taking me back. I used to teach at Elephant and Castle. What, geezer? I remember the story. Remember one of the kids said to me, first day of my school in South East London as a casual teacher, supply teacher, you call them over there. Kid said to me, "Oi, sir, ain't no fit women in this school." He was in year 3. Oh my god, what a nutter! Ain't no fit women in this school. He was right too. All mingers. I shouldn't say that. Right, geezer. Right, fruity. Right, Lewisham, innit? Alright, let's head down to Lewisham. Yeah, I spent quite a few days and nights in Lewisham. Oh, look at that poor bridge. It's like they couldn't be asked to finish it. Got as far as that. Oh, look at that. Interesting waterfall. Oh my god, this has gone completely tits up. Alright, we're going down the Thames. We're heading down the Thames of old London town. Come on, London town. Someone said to me the other day, why don't you have your little camera do a little webcam? I couldn't think of anything worse. Eesh, as if you want to see me and hear me. Shocking. Anyway, now, oh, this ain't working, is it? Look at all the crap water features here. Oh, it's London Airport. London City Airport. Let's buzz it. Face reveal? Oh, mate. Hello, London City. Oof. I've stalled it. What a mug. I have to. No, 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 no. Ah, goodbye, world. Come on. I'm going to save some lives here by ditching in the water. No, missus. Oh, it's a kid's playground. Oh, having that on your epitaph. Ploughed into child's playground. Revenge. I'm going back to there. I like that. That was good. I do apologise. 4 viewers saw me stack it into a kid's playground. Where was that? That was London City, wasn't it? Who's that? Nacho Witness. London City. Set as departure. Do you want me to show you how to start a cheeseburger, man? I didn't even get to Lewisham. I couldn't even manage to get to Lewisham. Child playground kamikaze. That will be the newspaper, won't it? That's the headlines in the Daily Mirror. Child playground kamikaze. You should write for the Daily Star. Let's get Nacho Witness. Let's just buzz him. Oh no, he's probably. Let's just start at London City. Charles de Gaulle. What is going on with this simulator? I don't want to go back to. I don't want to go to Paris. Although Paris is. The mod for Paris looks amazing. Alright, look at that. I've got 2 viewers. I lost everybody because I kamikazed it into a child's playground. Sorry, everyone. That's your fault, cheeseburger. You done made me do that. You done made me do it. You wheeled me into the ground. That was pretty poor, wasn't it? I should have known better than to try and do a spin above a... There's got to be some rules against that. Alright, we're going to fly up and see your house, and then I'm going to call it a day. I feel it should have been 2 separate streams. I should have done the war one and then stopped and then start it again. But we won't be stupid. We'll just do a normal flight over. We're going to go to London. It is your fault. There's no point you putting it in capitals, mate. You were the one that said nosedive into that playground. I heard you say it. Yeah, you can deny it all you want. And you've written in capitals too, which was probably the engine problem with the fuel. Probably because I didn't put any fuel in. I've got a feeling that what I'm doing is not fueling this thing up. Let's have a look. Where's the fuel gauge then? Where is the fuel gauge? Alright, hang on. Just takes a little while to... That's oxygen regulator. Magnetors, brakes, nose. Where's the fuel gauge then? Fuel on. Fuel tank pressure. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. Where's the fuel gauge? Is that it? No. How are you supposed to tell how much fuel you've got? Oil, rad, temperature. Gallons for fuel. None. What does that mean? Do you reckon that means I've got tail on the ground? No fuel. No. Next to the one with the red round it. Hit below it, you mean? What's this say here? Fuel bottom tank. Top tank is not. Some bubble pump. Not only top tank is not gauged. Oh, thank you, Gary Whip. Much appreciated the like. I didn't think anybody was watching. I thought it was just me and Cheeseburger. Good morning. Are you from you in the UK then? I take it. You've come to what you missed it. It was pretty tragic earlier on. Oh, the orange one. That's not fuel. That's oil temperature. Cheeseburger, man, you're sending me a dummy. It says here gallons per fuel, tail on the ground, bottom tank, and then you push it and it goes. Do you know what? Let's just do it. In the UK, you're not in London, are you, Gary? Because we're visiting everybody's house. I've got so few followers that I'm literally just driving around people's houses. I'm not even listening to you anymore, Cheeseburger. All right, we're in London City. We're off to your house. Let's go and have a look. Lewisham, Chorley. That's Essex, isn't it? Chorley, Essex. Chorley. Where's Chorley, Gary? I'm sure. Oh, I've probably got that wrong. It's probably not Essex at all. I've been away for quite a while. All right, let's do our little tour of London. Lance. Oh, I don't know where that is. Give me a somewhere I might know where that's near to. All right. Cheeseburger, you still with me? I was only joking. It wasn't your fault. All right, the O2. I saw. Who did I see at the O2? I've seen somebody in concert at the O2. That was a long time ago. I can't remember who it was. Nice model. Nice model. That's pretty cool. Little boats alongside it. What else we got here? Oh no. You're still here, mate. In Lancashire. Look at the state of this. It looks like the Blitz. There is definitely something wrong with this scenery. And I don't even have the mod on. That's awful. Looks like it's bombed out, like a zombie apocalypse. Look at it down there. That's meant to be modelled like... That's awful. It's like it's half finished. I've forgiven you now, Cheeseburger, by the way. Lancashire, let's go there. It's got to be better than this dump. Look at it. This is not the London I remember. Oh, look, the Tower of London. There it is, look, the Tower of London. And London Bridge. Tower of London. Oh. Cannon Street Railway. Oh my god, it's coming thick and fast now. What's that other one? Southwark Bridge. Millennium Bridge. That looks like St Paul's Cathedral. Beautiful. Do you know what? St Paul's Cathedral, talking about a war theme. St Paul's Cathedral. Oh, sugar, I've lost completely control. St Paul's Cathedral, only the dome was damaged. Everything else was wrecked during the Second World War, except the dome. Apart from the dome, had a little bit of damage. Amazing, isn't it? Oh, the London Eye. You've been on the London Eye? Cheeseburger? Ooh, Westminster Bridge. Jesus, parts of Westminster. This is kicking off now. There's too many things. Lambeth. This has got to be near you, isn't it? The cheese grater isn't there. No. Vauxhall Bridge. You've got to live around here somewhere, innit? Help me out. St George's Wharf Tower. I'm going to stay at that. What's that? Oh my god, slow down, hang on. Let's put the brakes on. I feel like they've... This is just like awful. Grosvenor Bridge. What are those three things? Is there meant to be cranes? What a load of rubbish. Seriously, this is supposed to be... What? Look at that place there. Looks like it's made out of paper. What's that all about? Oh, that's pretty shocking, isn't it? It's like 9/11. Wow. Sorry, London. What happened to you? That's really bad. That's really bad. That's... I knew there was a problem with the scenery, but that's really shocking. It's like the only thing that actually looks good are the little models of things that they've put in. Everything else looks dreadful. Or is this what Lewisham looks like, mate? No, it can't be. You can see. I feel like it's still loading in, but I'm not impressed with that at all. All right, I'm going to Chorley. Are you still here, Gary? I've had enough of London. Sorry, London looks shockingly bad. Chorley. Alright, up north-ish. Where you said it was bad. Okay. At least you get to see the Palace of Westminster. Chorley, what am I looking for? How far up is... Actually, it was Lancashire. Yeah, that's way much further up. Sheffield. Leeds, York, Hull, Sheffield, Madford, Manchester. It's got to be up here somewhere. Help me out. Gary, give me a rough estimate. I've been over in Australia for too long. I've totally lost all track of Charlie, Lancashire, Sheffield, Wakefield. Oh my god. Jesus, I've been to Wakefield. Sorry if anybody's watching this. I've only got 2 viewers, so I doubt it. Wakefield, what a hole in the ground. Ugh. Normanton. There's Normanton around there. If I had a bomb, I'd drop it on Normanton. And it would improve the place. What an absolute hole. Sorry if anybody comes from there. Why can't I see? I reckon it's between here and here. Chorley near Wigan. Oh, Broomhead. What are you doing in here, son? Alright, let's do it. Broomhead's here. Come here, lad. Let's go up north. Broomhead. Oh, shit. Can't find my way around. I can't even believe you're here, mate, showing your face after last night's performance. How dare you? How dare you, Manchester Red? Oh, look, there's Wembley. Is that Wembley? Emirates Stadium. I'm going to drop a bomb on it. Arsenal, innit? Emirates. Let's have a look at the Emirates Stadium. One of these days I'm going to do a tour of football stadiums. Ooh, look at that. That's definitely Arsenal's ground. The Emirates. Can't buy a win. God, mate, I tell you what a shower that match was. What an absolute shower. We're rubbish. Of all the people to lose to, of all the teams to lose to Man United, 21 wins, unbeaten. Maybe I'll cheer myself up by visiting the city of Manchester, because there's only one team in Manchester, and that's City. All right, mate. That's Chorley FM, isn't it? That's from. I think he's gone anyway. So I would have, Gary, if you just stayed with me, I would have gone. Where do you reckon, mate? Just give me a heads up. Chorley near Wigan. Wigan. Sure, that's up here somewhere. What about if I went to Help me out. Where the hell's Wigan? York, is it further up? Hull. Widnes. No, Witherness. See. Not sure. Don't really know the north much. Don't have much to do with the north. I'm a southerner myself. What a... I don't even want to go up north. Wigan, just outside Mankland. Right, now you're helping me. Wigan. Did you have to have a look on Google Maps? Alright, let's go to Wigan. It can't be any worse than London because London looks shocking. Alright, this is Wigan. If it doesn't crash the simulator, as soon as you start going north of the Watford Gap, problems start happening with the simulator. Oh no. It does not like the north. Alright, here's Wigan. Just outside Mankland. Oh, here's Wigan. Wigan Athletic? That's their ground, isn't it? I told you we were going to do a tour of football grounds. Let's just have a little look. This must be Wigan Athletics ground. I wonder if I could land in there. Wigan. What do you reckon? Is that Wigan's ground? Nah, that can't be right. That looks like a prison. The mighty JJB. Is that what it? Is that it? They haven't modelled that very well. That's rubbish. Have you been there, mate? Do you reckon that's what it is? Do you reckon that's what it is? Hang on. There's another stadium nearby. JJB. JJB Sports. I think we've got them over here, haven't we? Wigan. What can I tell you? Do you know where I'm going? Let's go even further north. I'm going to show you something, right? This, if we can get back up here to the right up to the top of Scotland, right? To this part here. If this is where I think it is, there's a little airport here which is just stunning. So let's head up. You're really breaking the game when you start teleporting. It doesn't like it at all. Alright. I think we're in the Shetland Islands. Is that what it's called? Let's make it look absolutely beautiful. Let's go down. There you go. You can thank me for this in a minute. The sun coming up on the stunning what do you reckon? Where's the I don't think that really doesn't like teleporting. This isn't what I was thinking. There's an island somewhere. Is it over there? Let me just check on my map. Alright, let's go down. There's an island somewhere which I'm not sure what it is. Do you know what? I'm going to find it like this way. I'm going to go back to the main menu. Have a little look. It's called... Beautiful. Alright, mate. What's it called? There's a little... Kirkwall. No, I think it's further up. Fair Isle. No, even further. Out Skerries. Here it is. Check this out. Let's start here, right? The Brook of Musa. So the Book of Mormon. Alright, hang on. Let's go really early in the morning. We'll go at 7 o'clock. And we're going to go there and we're going to land here. And I'm going to change the plane to something... Where's my favourite little plane? My favourite. I quite like this one. Okay, you're in for a treat here because this is beautiful. Who's still with me? 2 people. Thanks, everyone. Oh, it's a good job I'm not doing it for the viewers. Alright. Okay, quick little trip around, and then we're going to call it a day. Gary Whip, thank you for following. Much appreciated. Gary, you still with me? I want to say thank you for the follow. All right. Check this place out. Let's get down a bit further. Ooh. We're in the R's. You're still here, my friend. Thank you. You've been here from the beginning. Thank you. This is stunning. This whole area is beautiful. You'll see in a minute. Oh, we got. What the hell's wrong with this thing? Oh, I'm over speeding, but we're doing 200 miles an hour. 200 kilometers an hour. But have a look at this place, because once we get up to the top here, it's a beautiful location. Just as the sun is coming up, we're in the, what is this place? Outer Hebrides, that's what it's called, I think. It is very peaceful. I might need to go a little bit quicker. Hang on. That's the other airport. So we need this one. Further up. Oh my god, how far up is it? Wow, that's really far up. Okay, let's see if this is the place I'm looking for. This looks a bit remote. Just trying to get to this. There's an island, and they've done it, and it looks absolutely incredible. Let's keep going. Alright, I think it's up here. Yeah, it's one of these little islands. Do you know what I think would be quicker? I think it would be quicker if we just took off from there. Let's try this. Let's take off from it. I just want to show it to you because it's just such a beautiful location. Okay, let's go map. It's here. It's called Outskerries. Let's give it a go. It's brilliant. Alright, this is probably in the entire sim, I think this is probably the nicest of all the places. This, check it out. I think I'd like to live here. Outskerries it's called. And it's beautiful. Let's make it, what do you reckon, evening or morning? Morning. What about sunset? That looking good? Yeah. Oh my god, look at the runway. Alright. Let's go for it. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough runway to get up. Okay, we're up. Check this place out. Beautiful. So we're going to do a little trip around this here lighthouse. Come on. I think I'd like to go here on holiday. This is absolutely stunning. Out Skerries. How beautiful is this? Okay, I'm going to try coming around the island. I'm going to try and land it, and then we're done for this stream. It's all done. Okay. They even modelled all the little fishing nets and stuff. It's pretty cool. Alright, we'll land it and then we'll call it a day. Alright. Where's the runway gone? God blimey, this is really, really narrow. Really narrow. Really tight. Okay. Nice little fishing village down there. God, this is insane. Look at the... Okay, I've just literally just cut the engine. Nicely done. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Jesus, this thing lands on a dime. Alright, we're good. Where's the taxiway? I feel like I could just go off the edge here. Do you think maybe would notice? Oh! Okay. And with that, we're going to end the stream. Okay, listen, thank you so much. Cheeseburger, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for helping me out today. Really appreciate it. Managed to get 2 more followers. That's good. Only another 38 to go. And we can start handing out badges and cool stuff. Brewmed, if you're still here, thank you for popping in. And I'll catch up with you guys soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.